Coronavirus mortgage bailouts suddenly swell as homeowners face new struggles. So what is this showing? I mean, people are buying houses that they can't afford anymore. Well, it's not that they can't afford it. It's people. It's just this idea of American consumer culture. People, they love debt. Like they love things. So people, they take on all this debt so they can have these things, but eventually it all crumbles down on them. They lose their job. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and then boom, they lose their job, and now their life's getting turned upside down. So some statistics. This is an article that was written on June 28th of 2020, and one of the statistics from it is the number of active forbearance plans rose by 79,000 in the past week. So almost 80,000 people can't pay their mortgage, so they need to have it delayed. So, I saw this video yesterday when I was actually doing some research on this, just learning about the housing market, and yeah, like so people are obviously buying houses they can't afford. Back to the 2008 crisis, where people were just taking on a whole bunch of debt, and then like the housing market was becoming like kind of like a bubble, right? Like this idea, like kind of like the tulip bubble back in history. And I don't know the whole story of it, but yeah, people start. I don't know. I'm thinking of irrational exuberance. Like this is like the idea of people to just they they see that these things are growing in value, and they keep wanting to get more and more of it, just because they think it's just going to keep going up and up and up, and then one day people realize, wait, this stuff is way overvalued, and wow, I just need to get rid of it. And then people start getting rid of things, get rid of it, sell, 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 and boom, the economy can crash just like that, and the economy, it's such a, it's like a mystery, So yeah, people try to make all these economic models to try to predict the economy, but there's just so many factors that come into play. People, you know, a lot of these models, I'm taking an economics class right now, and a lot of these models, they try to assume that people are logical. People make a lot of irrational decisions, unlogical decisions, and like that's, for example, like taking on debt, just because they want these things. So yeah, that's why the government, they enacted the CARES Act, which includes the mortgage bailout program. So what I would have thought was, since okay, people, they're like, wow, I lost my job, I have no savings. Like I would imagine that the housing market, like housing prices, would start going down, right? Because people don't have money, they have to start getting rid of their houses. But because of this CARES Act and the mortgage bailout program, there's less foreclosures. So actually, housing prices are at their all-time highs right now. And I was like, honestly, not what I would have thought. But so I went and I did some research. I saw this guy named Marco Whiteboard Finance. Really good videos. You should check those out. But he's saying house prices are high for three reasons. There's low mortgage rates, there's high demand for houses, and there's low inventory or supply of housing. So yeah. And why is the inventory low? Because these forbearance plans, people aren't losing their houses because they're getting, government aid. And you don't just want people to be out of a house, right? Like you don't like, delaying foreclosures can be a good thing. You don't just want people just on the streets because they can't afford housing anymore. But it is inflating the prices of houses. So, that's kind of like the idea of public policy. You have to balance. You have to find a balance between things. So, it is tough. So I have to, give these people credit for, the policymakers. I mean, I'm not 100% sure I agree with everything that they've done, but yeah, I mean, the U.S. is still a really great country, though. And so, I can't be too mad. Anyways, back to the CARES Act. I wanted to talk about it because, so yeah, the CARES Act, it's only suspending or like at least like pausing these mortgages so that people don't have to pay. So it's not really costing, at least to my knowledge, it's not costing the government things. But these stimulus plans is probably the last thing I'll talk about here. And yeah, that's going to cost the government. I think it was in the trillions of dollars. It's to the government. Creating these stimulus plans to put cash into the hands of Americans. It's it's good, that people can be supported, but it is causing, it's only going to cause the U.S. national debt to increase more. And how's the government going to pay for it? Quantitative easing. They're going to print money. Like there's that I don't know. I've seen this on a lot of economics videos. It's like the money printers go brrr. Like, I don't even know if I'm doing it right, but yeah, like the U.S. government, they just keep printing off money, and it will cause some inflation, but it won't cause crazy inflation because I'm not even 100% sure. But I think it's because like since the U.S. government is like has the world's reserve currency, so there's a there's a foreign demand for U.S. dollars, so it doesn't really cause that much inflation. But anyways, the national debt is an issue, and I feel like it kind of just gets pushed under the rug. No one's worried about U.S. national debt. It's kind of it's a huge number, and it's just going crazy. I think it's higher than GDP at this point. So these are just issues that people need to think about. Anyways, thanks for listening. I'm Ryan. Peace.